today's lesson, not only to move in silence, but why reparations are so important. Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. So you already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's right, share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. I love geopolitics, folks. I really do. So shout out to my father for making us always do current events, read the newspaper and do a write-up about what we read. And you'd get in trouble if you post one of those little blurb articles. He wanted a significant article. And also for not letting us really listen to hip-hop like that. Like, we couldn't even listen to Hot 97 up in New York. We always had to listen to the news. But I love that man for that, because it gave me a love for listening to politics, especially. I bring that up, folks, because in the beginning I said we're going to talk about moving in silence and reparations. I know it was reversed, but whatever. I'm going to put a picture on the screen, folks, and I want y'all to take this picture in. Do y'all see the picture? Folks, this is called BRICS, and it's a coalition of 5 nations: Brazil, Russia, China, India, and South Africa. And it's ironic that all 5 are port countries, but that's neither here nor there. I bring them up because, if those who don't know, Russia and China are working right now to create a new global currency that will rival the US dollar, maybe even have more value than it in a few years. Now, that's significant because the US dollar is usually the go-to standard for world banks and governments in terms of reserves, because that American dollar can buy you anything in this world. But of course, Russia and China are like, listen, we coming for the throne. And with what's going on in this country right now, there's a lot of uncertainty, especially with these new IRS agents about to show up and all these audits that I foresee happening come January 1st. We have to really start thinking about fortifying ourselves. So it's not an endorsement or anything, but start looking into not only crypto, but also start looking into investing in precious metals. But a little bit of a tangent there, but let's continue. I brought those 5 nations up because within their organization, they're going to start making moves on the world markets. And with that comes a lot of power that the US does not want to give up, because they are conjoined with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, not the Tom Cruise organization. So that's not, if you think this was this video, y'all gotta go. But I bring up the IMF because IMF only moves when the US moves. But with this new global currency, a lot of countries are going to say, hey, we don't really need your money. So they're just going to probably keep some of it, but most of it they're just going to send back to us, which is also going to bring down the value of the dollar, because we shouldn't have that much cash on hand that's not circulating around the world. Everybody kept saying Russia was, trash and all this, and however your feelings on the war is, whatever, I don't care. This should really alarm you that Russia, through all of the crap it's gone through this year, still is poised to make a major splash on the world stage. Now, with BRICS, a lot of their exports are significant, and I need people to understand how they're going to pull this off. So I'm going to put them on the screen right now of each country. So I should be going for about 30 seconds. So take that in. Y'all took that in. Woo, the Western world is in trouble. But let's get to the second part of the video. Reparations and why it's so important. Now, I'm a reparationist. I understand why reparations are needed, and I'm all for it, because it's not only righting wrong, but you owe the people whose families that you enslaved and allowed to keep being enslaved and profited off of U.S. government. Plus, my wife and daughter and my father-in-law need that. They need that. But I bring up reparations and its importance because what you just saw on the screen, we're talking trillions upon trillions of dollars that's going to be put on the world markets. And if black people can get reparations before they really get to the meat of that, the damage we could do, well, black Americans can do on the world stage would be significant, because we are master negotiators. We are. And as master negotiators with reparations, you can feasibly go to South Africa, invest with them, and get a nice return and pump it all around everywhere else. Now, that's just a thought. I figure because they're probably, out of all 5 of those, the blackest country there, somewhat. But the investment opportunities that will be around in the next decade. Whew. So like I keep saying, once reparations hits descendants of American chattel slavery, they become the second largest economy on these shores, and ideally probably top 10 in the entire world. That's significant, and we need to make sure that that opportunity is there, because we already know the white supremacists, they're going to try everything they can to make sure black people cannot maximize these payments, because we know they're coming. They're gonna come. But you know how they operate. It's gonna come at a time where they think it's gonna be not significant enough to do some damage, but they forget who black people are. We take something that's not significant and we make it significant, so much so that the entire world then goes and takes it. But I'm gonna need us to really start watching that. Watch BRICS. Do all the research you can on them. Start investing in those markets. You know, grains, ores, steel, all that. Start investing in it, folks. Because the US dollar is not backed by any precious metals. This China, Russia currency is gonna be done by precious metals. So it's gonna be very valuable. So please, go out, go forward, and make sure you make the necessary adjustments, because it's gonna be fun. But anyway, let me get up out of here. You already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's right, share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. Take care, stay safe. I'm out.